Vårt besök börjar i den äldsta delen, vid den ökända porten.
So it's your first time here? Yes? Okay. Let's pass through the gate. Do you know what Arbeit macht frei means? Work makes you free, work brings you, gives you freedom, work sets you free. Guys, when we think today about the concentration camp, we have to remember that here or at every other concentration camp, prisoners had got the obligation to work 11 hours every day. That's why Arbeit macht frei was the big line. Most of SS guards, German guards who were working here, were trying to do here everything that was possible to reduce people into animals. They wanted to make them animals. You have to realize they wanted to devoid them of their human dignity. First, they had to undress themselves. They had to leave everything what they had got with them or on themselves. The clothing, the shoes, watches, glasses, ID, everything. Later, when they were naked, they were shaved off. All hair on their bodies was shaved. After the shaving, we know they had got a few minutes for the shower, and later they received here, instead of their clothing and shoes, Dutch shoes, wooden shoes, and uniforms with stripes, which looked like some striped pajamas. Okay, guys, come in. Most of prisoners of this concentration camp died, as we know, after a few weeks of being here, of starvation, overworking, weather conditions. Imagine the winter time here. They died of punishments, experiments, and of living conditions. Guys, here in this corridor, on the both sides, we may see pictures. I told you that pictures were taken by Germans for some identification reasons. And what is under the pictures? The information about them. Their camp number, the surname and the name, Wasiakowska Wiktoria. So she was sent here, you may see exactly, in July 1942, and she died in September the same year. Guys, exactly 2 months she was managed to stay here alive. You know, those inmates of Auschwitz camp who were escaping from the camp or from working sites and who didn't succeed, were caught by Germans, were brought to the camp once again. And later they were hanged on the gallows, which right now I may see in front of us. We'll be there in a moment. And as I said, it was always the public hanging. It wasn't kept in secret. And thanks to this observation, they were convinced that escaping from this place was almost impossible, was so difficult, because they knew what happened after that, the death here on the gallows.
Jag tycker det känns lite kusligt. Det känns lite så här. Ja, det känns som att det är många döda själar här. Jag vet inte hur jag ska förklara, men det är en kuslig känsla jag har.
Right now here on this board, I would like to show you a few numbers. We know that in the space of 5 years, the Germans deported to Auschwitz camp at least 1.3 million people, and 4 big groups. Firstly, the biggest group, Jews. Later, Poles, mainly intellectuals and civilians, Gypsies, Roman Sinti, and Russians. That's why 1.3 million were sent to this camp. From this number, guys, 1.1 million died at this camp. And when today you think about Auschwitz, or maybe I think about Auschwitz, we have to remember that about 90% of those who were killed at this camp were Jewish people.